officer of state, every servant of the wonderful people of Biafra must ensure that there will be no market on the 1st of October. Nothing will happen, not even churches, no mosque, nothing whatsoever. There is going to be total silence across the entire land of Biafra, because there is nothing to celebrate about the zoo. The zoo have brought death, misery, mayhem, poverty, and impoverishment to our people, and that day our silence will speak for us. It will be so loud that the whole world will not fail but to understand that we are fed up with the zoo. There will be no marching. I am telling parents in Biafra land, do not kid your children or dress them up to come out to march for Fulani Janjaweedism. If you're celebrating 1st of October, you're celebrating Fulani mediocrity, you're celebrating British neo-colonialism, you're celebrating poverty, you're celebrating deprivation, you're celebrating Miyetia terrorism, you're celebrating banditry, and you're celebrating idiocy. And we're not going to have that in Biafra land. So parents, be warned. Do not send out your children, because there will be terror attacks in Biafra land, planned, orchestrated, and executed by Miyetia terrorists in Biafra land. They are there now in place. Some of them are even in the army and the police as well. Do not risk the lives of your children. Biafra land will be empty and very silent on that very day. Markets will not open. Markets will not open. Nothing will happen on October the 1st. Very, very important.
Atom 2020, Operation Sit at Home on 1st October 2020, Operation Sit at Home on 1st October 2020. Why didn't they do you step all this year when you celebrate 1st October for Nigeria? Can you pass like Orano? No good road, no hospital, no drug, no work, no school, no education, no salary, no pension, no gratuity, no good water, no fuel, no care, no gas, no electricity. Now only darkness will they use our money. They pay for every month when they call NEPA bill. No airport, no seaport, no refinery, no company, no president, no vice president, no court, no judiciary, no security. The killer agents, not only death, mortuary and ambulance with the see. Now you don't see when the berry become mature, it become a very reason. Why you no go think twice now? So as you don't grow rich, you no get sense, you no get ear, you no get eye to see. Say Niger, nigga area, don't jaga, everything scatter, don't shot everywhere. This one to tell you say things don't fall apart. And no make better reason. You don't remember say for 1st October we dey celebrate cows, full and killer herdsmen, military checkpoints and roadblocks for Biafra land, sex harassment, DSS don't join, people, joblessness, killings, abduction, intimidation, imprisonment, incarceration, Operation Python dance, Operation Crocodile smile, street customs, Fulani land grabbing, and no money. My people, to celebrate 1st October no make sense at all. No, when road good, now you go and do plenty time. But this one no be road. Not to talk of waka for it, nor celebrate. And no talk like that. For this reason, the indigenous people of Biafra, alias Ipob, under the canopy of Onyendomazan Namdekano, don't declare that 1st October 2020 as Operation Sit at Home in the whole of Biafra land, as we no get anything for this celebration. Since ever we don't celebrate them for this order, no school marching, no salute, no market, no business office go open, no keke, no moto, no truck, no moto bigwe, no street trading, no street football, no church, no ministry, no mosque, no shop, no mami market, no everything, even good morning market, no go open eye for head that day. Now total and complete lockdown in the whole of Biafra land. They call this one the mother of all sit at home and lockdown. Just to sit here at home now and carry your eye see as the zoo go carry hand bury herself. No one may. This one a serious matter. No take am for granted. If you dare come out for that day, they don't plan how to come you, kill you, bury you without anybody seeing where they bury you. Abeg, help pass this message to your neighbor. For 1st October 2020, in Operation Sit at Home, the mother of all Operation Sit at Home and Lockdown for Biafra land. My people, now the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, they bring una this message.
Officer of state, every servant of the wonderful people of Biafra must ensure that there will be no market on the 1st of October. Nothing will happen, not even churches, no mosque, nothing whatsoever. There is going to be total silence across the entire land of Biafra, because there is nothing to celebrate about the zoo. The zoo have brought death, misery, mayhem, poverty, and impoverishment to our people, and that day our silence will speak for us. It will be so loud that the whole world will not fail but to understand that we are fed up with the zoo. There will be no marching. I am telling parents in Biafra land, do not kid your children or dress them up to come out to march for Fulani Janjaweedism. If you're celebrating 1st of October, you're celebrating Fulani mediocrity, you're celebrating British neo-colonialism, you're celebrating poverty, you're celebrating deprivation, you're celebrating Niyetiala terrorism, you're celebrating banditry, and you're celebrating idiocy. And we're not going to have that in Biafra land. So parents, be warned, do not send out your children, because there will be terror attacks in Biafra land, planned, orchestrated, and executed by Niyetiala terrorists in Biafra land. They are there now in place. Some of them are even in the army and the police as well. Do not risk the lives of your children. Biafra land will be empty and very silent on that very day. Markets will not open. Markets will not open. Nothing will happen on October the 1st. Very, very important.
It's a time of freedom, time of victory, true man and mind, freedom. I remember me, yes, I remember me, I remember me, God bless me, I remember me, yes, I remember me, I remember me, God bless you,
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Kafomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. Is the man who have simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word that will take a generation to unlock, to decode. It's simple. It is simple. I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And that is why even if today we wrestle against flesh and blood, we wrestle against principality and power, we wrestle against oil thief, we wrestle against colonial master, we wrestle against Satan and his demons, we wrestle against Hausa Fulani, we wrestle against Yoruba, we wrestle against saboteur, we wrestle against enemy of progress. But in the end, we are still here. Because those God sent ahead of us knew the purpose they were sent, they stood their duty post, and then who the heck is going to stop us? Of course, Mazi Kafomefo is standing on the deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nandioku Kano, the prince of Afari Beku, the one and only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people. Of course, we understand the road, according to Mazi Mefo, will be convoluted. There will be challenges everywhere. in the end, nobody command the loyalty of the Biafran people. From a Gala to Doma to Yala to Tinapa to Goja, Ubobura, Ugeb, down to Andoni, Iheroha, Upobu Nkoro, Boni, Ugoni, Patani, Abua, Ahoda, all the way to Mbiama, Patani, Atoke, Urobo, Sekiri, down to Oli, Abraka, Abo, Ibaki, Boto, wherever you are. Amando Bankwiri Olo, Nempe, down to Nza, Abakeleke, Ekusigo, Anyocha, Oka, all the way to Enugu. These are Biafran land. Idoma Egala. It's your choice anyway. It is your choice. Nobody commands our loyalty. Of course, temporarily because we lack wisdom. Temporarily because we are mentally dysfunctional. Because we find ourselves in Nigeria. You can battle with the truth. But in the end, you will understand. It has not been easy. We've all been wounded. But the best we can do is to come back and heal ourselves. And that is why IPOB is here. Now the Kanu is from Afari Biku. Afari Biku is no more here. Oh, more here is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. And by the special grace of Chukwukika Abiyama, I remain George Unibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land for the avoidance of doubt. It is a privilege that at this moment I still serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of the African Rep and the Nigerian International Coordinator. Make no mistake about it. It's not my father's property. We can only pray and wish the Almighty Creator to give us the enablement to do that which we ought to do in a time like this. Because in the end, somebody got to do what somebody got to do. Animal will not fight for our freedom. Because if animal does, our freedom will become animal rights. Fela knew this truth. But of course, we will not proceed without first of all acknowledging the Almighty Creator, Chukwukika Abiyama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. Because each time we think about him, his mercies, his faithfulness, we don't know where to start from. You call him God, we call him Chukwukika Abiyama. The difference is in the language, but he has so much to say. And I will humble myself and say to him, Anamacho Imaragyo Kawira Pupasugiwe Onyinwe na Chineke Nala Anamacho Imarage Anyị na-aja mao n'eziokwu na-emara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Let us keep the record straight. We are not here to conquer anybody. We don't want to take over Yoruba land. We don't want to take over Hausa land. We don't want to take over British government land. We don't want to conquer anybody. We simply say, allow us to be human. You didn't create us. It is our right to be human, reserved by God and the Creator alone. That is why we are here. But considering how long it has taken them to bamboozle us, because for over 3,000 years we have been reconditioned. That is why we find ourselves where we are today. But the truth cannot be overemphasized that for 200 years the world intellectual, the global community descended with the weapon of wisdom upon the Biafran nation. They destroyed the very existence of our memory. Everything about us was obliterated, wiped out. But today, they just can't figure out how everything is coming back together. And that is why we're always grateful to God. And so to be able to deliver our people. There's some people, even when Biafra is restored, will still be sleeping in Nigeria. But of course we know this. But those who are awake must stand up and do the needful. That is why I love the principle of Christianity. It is complete, all in all. Jesus never promised you that you will not see trials. He didn't say you will not see challenges. He didn't say you will not see problems. But he said, I will be with you. When you pass through the fire, I shall be there. When you pass through the river, I shall be there. When you climb the mountain, I shall be there. And on daily basis, we move with that confidence, assurance, because we know it is the Almighty Creator that have appointed our leader, brought him out in a time like this, set him before every one of us. He has ordained a path that we must follow. We have been entangled as a people, and now it is time for us to free ourselves. And of course, on this segment, it is the theme remain back to your root. But before we move ahead, I must sincerely apologize to Biafrans across the globe. Situation beyond my control actually confronted me, and I do not have any choice than to answer my father's call. And so I will say sincere apology to all of you, because I left without proper or duly informing you. It's not as if you cannot get what you want without me, but if I am assigned to do a job, I should treat all of you with respect. And I say, I'm truly sorry. It's not intentional. It comes up once in a while. But in the end, nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop Biafra. Nobody can stop us. Our case has been settled already before now. So empty your fears. But of course we are back. As always, the enemies are enormous. But we are standing shoulder to shoulder till the end. For we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. And so once again, I welcome you. Wonderful Biafrans, men and women, listening to my voice. Of course, our platform has one or two issues, but it shall be restored because we can only get better. For those of you who are there this moment, I say welcome. You know, Ndewono. I may not know what it truly means, but I like the sound of it. Ndewo. It cools my brain down. Ndewo. I love the sound of that. Whoever produced that verb, may God be with you. And so, in my humble way, I say Ndewono. But let us proceed. Our team remains back to your root. You cannot claim you know where you are going to when you don't know where you are coming from. And so it is very important you know where you set out from. That is the only time you can be able to tell people, this is where I'm going to. And you're asking somebody, why are you in school? Hey, my daddy said I should go to school. That is why I'm in school. I'm telling you, you are going to be Olodo Rapat according to Yoruba. You are going to come out. You will take number 2 position. Or first, where you turn the result upside down. You must know where you are coming from. That is when you can say you know where you are going to. Now, many Nigerians, because their brain is dysfunctional, have accepted the fact that they are Nigeria. Why won't this evil befell us? But of course, those of you who say you are Nigeria, because you know you are not Nigeria, but you just can't figure it out. Because you were born one day, your parents say you are in Nigeria, and as a mature chimpanzee you are jumping everywhere. Hey, we Nigeria. But of course you can be a Nigeria, but we are not Nigeria. We will never be Nigeria. We will never accept Nigeria. We will make sure Nigeria become a curse on the face of this planet Earth, that those who created Nigeria will even run and tremble at the name of Nigeria in fear and horror. That everyone will feel the pain, the venom, the wave of the atrocity committed against the people. You brought Oduduwa people. You brought Arewa people. You brought invaded, imported Fulanis. You brought the Biafra nation. You conquered them into this mixture, into this concoction called Nigeria. And you sit back and you watch it. You watch them tear themselves apart. But all of you don't know what is coming for all of you. It's not a threat. It is a promise. The journey has not begun. And we are not in a hurry. Don't forget that. You can do what you want to do. You can delay. It will get to all of you. And I never know. You never know. Then our topic this evening is to destroy a people. You must first of all defile them. To destroy a nation, to destroy a people, you must first of all defile them. if you are a Bible student, you will understand what defilement is all about. I can go on tonight giving example upon example of defilement taking place in our lives today. But all these things, most of you do not notice it. To destroy a people, you must first of all defile them. Go to the book of Numbers. When the children of Israel left Egypt in the wilderness, every nation that confronted them were submantled beneath their feet. Like a deer that panted before the water brooks, they consume all that comes their way. And every nation that heard about their coming become afraid. And they say, what do we do to stop these people? They have conquered the Ai. They have conquered the Amalekah. They are coming to our land. How do we stop them? That is how you heard about the issue of Balaam and Barak. And they said, King Balaam went to Prophet Balak. Don't mind the names. It always confuses me. Balaam or Barak. One is a king. The other is a prophet. Because I know BBC is going to reanalyze it. Mad people. And he said, help me curse these people so I can conquer them. We have heard nobody can conquer them. And the prophet Balaam said to King Barak, I will do that because he's greedy for money. He made a cantation. He made an enchantment. He did all he can. And now you understand why the Bible says there is no incantation against Biafra. Neither is there any definition against the leader, Mazen Nandekano, or genuine Ipob member. It's a lie. No incantation. It didn't work. And Prophet Balaam went to King Barak and said, I have tried to curse these people. I can't curse them. Because who Jah bless, no man can curse. Who Jah bless, no man can curse. And King Barak said, what do we do? He said, but yet there is something we can do. Let us defile them. Let us defile them. And what did they do? They took fine damsel, prostitutes. They pushed them in the camp of Israel. And the children of Israel, not that they don't have fine women in Israel, according to the Bible. You know, when you dey here, the one where you know they go, they hungry you. No go. As many politicians in Biafra land, longer throat, they will go to Sambisa forest and kneel down for one Boko Haram and say, Rankadede. Longer throat. And then they wanted to test. They are testing. They now say, oh, hey, Elohim has sent us fine babe, let us test. Yoshi. They tested. And at that moment, they opened the gate of attack. And so spiritually, they were defiled. And the moment they defiled themselves, the door for the enemy to ravage their land came in. And they suffered dearly for it. If you go to the book of Numbers and read the rest encounter, you will see the first time an Israel man is bringing out a sword to kill an Israel man, and God said to them, you are honorable and you are blessed. Your father generation shall be blessed because you kill your brother. What's on that very occasion? God forbid killing. But of course, situation warrants. The same way it is happening all over today. You have spiritual defilement and you have physical defilement. Now, let's look at it one way or the other. We look at the physical defilement. They defile your blood by bastardizing your blood lineage. The first target of the enemy is to defile your blood by bastardizing your blood lineage. Now, let me tell you something. I read an article online this evening, and the person said, if you have a brother, you go to Fulani, don't sit on the chair they give to you. Don't wear the clothes they will give to you. Don't go and do Rankadede. The brother mentioned about 5 things he said don't do for the Fulanis. Because the moment you do that, you become a slave, total slave, committed slave, permanent slave, generation to generation. That is why people like Nayan Wodu and the current governors of the Southeast you see today, they are beyond redemption. Because they have been defied. Now, the first attack will be on physical defilement. Physical defilement, they make plan to bastardize your blood lineage. We will look at spiritual defilement tomorrow by the grace of God. But this evening, let us focus on spiritual physical defilement. So to destroy a people, they defile you physically. And so to destroy the people of Israel, they have to send fine girls. And the fine girls come and shake the booty. Maybe Allah gave to them or Jesus gave to them. And the Israelites of then, of old, lost their mind. And they intermarried against the will, the direction of Elohim. And Elohim abandoned them. Today, Yoruba churches are telling you, hey, you have to intermarry. Jesus has broken the law. Jesus said marry. It is going to be marriage. Share love everywhere. It's a lie. Oh, shit. These are concussion in the Bible. That is why the book of Daniel said that if you are reading the Bible, all of you must know that the sin of perdition must be everybody must see him. Daniel made this prophecy. Jesus affirmed it. He said, when you see, Jesus said, when you see the abomination of dissolution spoken by the prophet Daniel standing in the holy place, those who are still reading the Bible should watch out. They will defy the house of God. They have started already. So whenever anybody tell you, hey, you gotta marry anybody, God is okay with it, God love intermarriage, it's a lie. God don't love intermarriage till tomorrow morning. God forbid crossbreeding. A black woman, you marry a white woman, what you get at the end of the day is a white boy or a white girl. If God wanted it that way, he would have given you white or black. He choose that way. Don't you know there is a difference between a Hausa and a Igbo? Don't you know that there is a difference between a Hausa and a Igbo? If you don't know, you go and buy one he-goat of Hausa and one he-goat of Igbo. Eat two of them a week after a week. You will see that when you eat original Igbo, in 2 weeks you are still smelling like a Igbo. You think it's technology advancement? This is the handwork of the creator. But you go and eat a Hausa, you don't even know the difference between a Hausa female and male. You think God is stupid? Why won't you have people who are yapping? Yes, I'm Igbo, I'm not Biafra. Iwe Hausa. Well, I'm not that, I'm not Biafra. Iwe, you are a pig. But it's not your fault. You have been defiled. I do not have a better way to explain what I want to explain. If you like, hear. If you don't like, be listening to the line of grammar. Oh, my manner of confrontation. Only a madman will drink bitter leaf water and say it's very sweet. It's bitter. That is why it's called bitter leaf. So don't deceive yourself. So, in fact, when I gave my life to Christ, I worship in the same church. I never been a born again Christian, but when I became a born again Christian, it was as a result of my encounter with God, and that is why nobody violates my faith when it comes to Christianity. And so I joined the church. I worship in that church for 10 years and 10 months. That 10 years and 10 months, I went through the discipleship class. From the discipleship class, I become a Sunday school teacher. Even before my baptism, I become a member of the steering committee of that church. A few years later, I became a deacon. Aside being a house fellowship leader among the team that ride the Sunday school, we move ahead until I was ordained reverend. I pioneered the church. But why am I bringing it up? I'm bringing it up because I come from one of those church where my bishop married a Yoruba woman, and his gospel made all the Igbo people to marry all the whole Yoruba, quack Yoruba, all the Yoruba, all in the name of Jesus. Go and look at all of them. In fact, the first place I would have had problem with that ministry was they choose a wife for me, Yoruba. Oh God, maybe by now I would have hanged myself, or my wife would be running by now. They are arranging Yoruba marriage for me. And I said no. The support my ministry would have given to me as a referendum marrying in their church. Okay, I was a deacon then. They didn't give to me. Why? I refused to accept Yoruba marriage. They are mad people. Today I hope you are happy. You are listening to me. I hope you are happy. Jesus says so. Jesus didn't say so. Yoruba know this truth. All the whole Yoruba wanna, you are marrying them in the name of Jesus. May God have mercy on you. Because you have been defiled. You have been defiled. A Biafra marrying outsider, you have been defiled. Most especially marrying in the context of Nigeria. Without apology, you have been defiled. Come home, let you go Kikabiam and save you. Because the moment you open this door, that is why they are doing. You will not like it, but I will apologize to you. You did not hear me. If I have made that mistake, by now I would have hanged myself. Or maybe my wife will be somewhere in Olomosho. How can your pastor answer or Obianihi or Unihi? And you are very happy kneeling down for Obianihi, no Unihi, to pray for you. May God have mercy upon you. The bastardize your blood lineage. Go and watch all the problem we are having in Biafra land. These are half-baked blood individual. You are talking with somebody, he's speaking Igbo. You don't know say na Fulani pikin. Do I blame all of you? But in the end, you will serve two masters. Serve Biafra now, hypocritically. I will run your DNA test in the ARA. Because when Biafra come, we will start another agitation. Oh, we must do DNA test. Oh, agitation. We will go to UN to do agitation for DNA test. Because that is the only thing that will save us. Don't think you can hide it under the carpet. We know all of you. Your father is not a Biafran, you are in soup. So if your father is a Biafran, your mother can be Chakenchan, Chokuncho, you know there is no problem. Because our lineage is counted by that of our father, not our mother. A child you bring from outside will rubbish your father's name. That is the problem we are having today. Can't you get it? So when you are dealing with somebody in this all restoration effort, find out their real identity. You will know where they belong to. It is the father that decides where the son comes from. Right from the Elohim of the Bible till today, till this moment, you can't lineage by their father, not their mother. But of course, the moment they differ, go to most of this community within the riverine area, you see all these Tamono and Topare, all of them are Fulani's father. Kalabari woman or Kreka woman and Andoni woman, all of them born for Fulani. They are answering different hopeless names. Tamono, Atamana, Atora Toto, Atata Toron. These are Fulani children. Go and look at many politicians in the southeast who are yapping today. Tell me where Obiano come from. Those of you who say Obiano is Anambra, go and dig it better. You will understand why they are fooling themselves there. Kirone. Defile our blood. The point is they know you before you know them. They know you before you know them. Now, it is time for us to know them, identify them, and call them by the name who they are. Kirone. People must understand. Biafra restoration is going to be in her totality. Don't say it's racist. It's racism. God is a racist. God is a racism. Put the grammar anyhow you want it. Did he not tell Moses, thou shalt not intermarry? And somebody is going to say, it's Old Testament, it's Old Testament. Tell me, the problem we found ourselves in Bendel State today, who caused it? It's Obomudia. Because one Abo woman went to sleep with one useless, hopeless Yoruba Fulani, what do they call them? Bini man. And gave birth to hopeless Obomudia. While they were killing Biafrans, burying billions or millions of dead bodies of Biafran people in Benin, he was doing his mother bury, flying Nigerian private jets. Today, Ibaki people have lost their mind. Totally. When somebody say, Ibaki is Ibaki wunde abo. Don't talk me that rubbish. Did you debate to know whether Munede is Sabo? Do you debate to know whether Utoku is Sabo? Do you debate to know whether Ekukwabo is Sabo? Why are you debating to know whether Ibaki or Iboto is Sabo? But of course, this is the work of defilement. Make no mistake about it. You are a Biafran, your father is a Biafran. Your loyalty must be for the honor of your father's name. Do not let the love of your mother make you to destroy your father's name, because in the end, you will be permanently destroyed. Some people think that the world is going to end. The world is not going anywhere. We're going to enjoy what we have done. And so everybody get ready. Nobody will end this world, because God has said so. Don't let them deceive you. It's not going to end. All of us, we sow the seed we have reaped. And so that is why when you are killing Biafrans across the globe, you think, oh, we're going to stop them. You're going to stop them. You are encountering reincarnated spirits. For in the end, you are dealing with the same people. For the Almighty Creator has endowed us with the power of imitation. We will come back over and over and over and over again until this matter is settled. You will accept it. They introduce intermarriage. Today you are intermarrying. Look at all your guests. All of them no husband. You are intermarrying. As I was in one Yoruba church, you are a very hopeless criminal. Why Chineke no speak Igbo for you? Say one na jelu onye Yoruba or jelu onye Hausa. It's Oluwa that is always otikpe. Mad people. But of course, why a cross section of our men are being brainwashed in Yoruba church to marry Yoruba? Look at most of our women now dressing like Yoruba women. Very pathetic. If your mother is dressing like a Yoruba woman as a Biafra, advise your mother, don't go to her funeral. Don't go to her burial. But of course, we must remain focused. It's freedom we want. To get this freedom, we must know the things that ache us. We must know the things that plague us. But of course, if they are not able to initiate intermarriage, they now do raping. Most of you think Fulani herdsmen are raping because they want to rape. They know what they are doing. Blood speak, for your information. They catch a damsel, rape her in the forest, and nobody is aware. A seed has been sown. And then the next thing is the girl come back home, pretend as if nothing happened. And he has a boyfriend, maybe repairing vulcanizer somewhere in Abakaliki or somewhere in Enugu or Anambra or Abo. He won't see anything. The next month he tell the guy, I miss my period. The guy say, you don't mean it. Hey, no problem, let's marry. If you have a son speaking Hausa without going to Hausa land, go and do DNA test for God's sake. Because you're going to have the son. That is why, if you see my children, I have a DNA machine already. I trust my wife with all my life. Honestly. But you know, when it comes to that issue, I don't play with it. We examine our children. When I took my children to my father, they will examine them. And when elders round look the Peking, they shake their head. Now you know why it's not easy to bastardize our blood lineage. Except you are not our child. Our elders examine our children. And believe me, it will amuse you what you don't know. When I had the first son, I took my son to my father. And they took the son. They went to one corner. I was watching them. They look at the child. They look at the child. They look at the child. They turn the child around. They turn the child around. They came back to me. And they smiled. And they went to discuss as elders. And as they were discussing, they said something. It caught my attention. And I learned that day. They knew that is your true Onibe son. This is not born throwaway or born bring carry come. And I knew that through that day. And so when I go to hospital to welcome a new baby into my home, I look out for those signals. Because I know it is a unique mark in my family. Some family have dimples. It is in their family. Different mark. Most of you don't know. Because your family your blood lineage have been bastardized. That is why this one is going to Sekrofi and Sekrafe. The other one is Amakrake Amakara. Semboto Sakakai, Sen Allah, and Sen all of them. Say, what is it? What is it? Nobody will save us until we save ourselves. The moment a blood lineage is bastardized, we are gone as a people. If they don't succeed with intermarriage, they do raping. And so many of our women out of they are chairs, disciplined women. They can't just say it. After all, they rape you in Nigeria. You now say, hey, they rape me. You kill yourself even before the rape. You become a stigma internationally. BBC, CNN, Nigerian Yoruba Gota Media. Let God have mercy upon you that you are not a Biafran woman. You will be the headline for the next 1 month. Do you know that Chidinma was raped? According to her, the raping was very bad. We know raping can never be good. But they will kill her 100 times before she's dead. This is what they do. And so you don't want to go through that torture. Degrading, inhuman treatment. And so you cover it up. But that thing you are covering today, you've just lighted a fire very close to the throne of your father, and you'll consume your father's house. It will. That is why you begin to wonder, how can somebody like Chibuka Amechi be fighting to kill Omeha? Supposedly the same kindred. And now you know what we are saying. And now you see the light. Number 2. Number 3. You yoke together with them. Look at Joe Ibukwe. If they cannot intermarry with you, then they will rape your women. If they cannot rape your women, they make you yoke with them. Look at Joe Ibukwe. He's now Lagos Igbo-shan. Most of you don't know we have a Lagosian Igbo, or how do we put the grammar? Joe Ibukwe is one of them. Is the Lagosian Igbo-shan. And so when you are saying Joe Ibukwe, I ain't gonna Joe Ibukwe say, I got my neighbor, I'm money Lagosian. Money Lagosian. Man, I'm money Newi. Man, I can't forget in Newi. And I'm settlement in our Lagosian. They make you yoke with them. And the Bible says, do not equally yoke with unbelievers. These are the 3 forms. They deliberately, calculatively, systematically bastardize, defile you physically, and you are gone as a people. Look at all our politicians who have gone to Saudi Arabia and wear that their cloth they call line like Hilala or Bakaramisi Hilala. Look at them, they are never normal in their life again. Not in their lifetime again. They are gone and they are dead, they are forgotten, they are buried, and you cannot do anything about it. Just look at all of them. Look at all of them who have gone for initiation. You will see there is more hope for a fool than them. And what are we saying? Biafrans. Wake up, Biafrans. Rise up, Biafrans. Watch out for every object of physical defilement in our land. And stop all of them, because Biafra is our only hope at the end of it all.
Biafra is our only hope. It is our only hope. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only hope, is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we have to do, to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only hope, is our only hope, Biafra. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only hope, is our only hope, Biafra.
Of course, our lines are temporarily open and you are free to call in and express yourself. Let's go interactives. Of course, what we say is not to suit you. We tell you the bitter truth, the naked truth. Because in the end, restoration of Biafra is one thing. And absolute Biafra is one thing. Look at what they are doing in South Africa. They are politically free, but economically they are slaves. That is why their youth are crying and blaming the wrong people for their stupidity. Biafra will not be like that. Our WhatsApp line remains 070 815 45642. Our WhatsApp line remains 070 815 45642. If you are a Biafran anywhere in the world, you have not joined IPOB, you don't know what you are missing. Send me your name, your phone number, your location. A coordinator will contact you anywhere you are on the face of this planet Earth. Because already there is a massive Biafran equation. I repeat again, that WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. Our direct line is 081 221 52971. Special number for the female is 081 288 58614. Special number for the female is 081 288 58614. Caller on the line, are you there? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Go ahead, please, my brother.
Good evening.
Good evening. One name.
My name is Etena Amos Nna, and I come from Kwaibo.
Abarie.
You be all my good brother. I really miss you. And as I'm talking to you now, my radio. Video on for so many days now, about 3 days now for one.
Yes, sir, there is one or two issues, but believe me, we are working on it to make it better. There is no.
Yes, I'm very, very sure for the issue. I believe in that. That is why I enjoy. Just let me call your line. I don't even know what's going on. I just go blind all these days.
Thank you very much. I'm just streaming live on Facebook.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Continue for your good work.
We are not going anywhere, my brother.
And as I'm talking to you now, my own line, I'm my own phone. I normally make up your voice, so I enjoy your voice now. Even though I know you are your live program, I'll continue for your preaching for rest up.
Thank you, my
for
brother.
the last day. So God will bless you.
And bless you too.
God bless. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We must continue. Biafrans across the globe must understand the truth cannot be overemphasized. We don't want to conquer Yoruba. We don't want to conquer Hausa. We don't want their gold nor their silver. We don't want to take their place. We just want to be who we are. And who are we? We are Biafrans. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Except you cannot read the handwriting on the wall. Except you choose to be, how do they call them? Intellectual dishonest people. Or you choose to be, how do they speak the other grammar? Your brain is dysfunctional. It's your choice. But make no mistake about it. We want to be our father's son. We want to be our father's son. That is more important. Biafrans all over the world. If you cannot see what is happening or what is coming, I'm sorry. Nobody can help you. Nobody can help you. Do not let them to defile your people, because that will be the end of you. You can struggle for a while for something that will never be yours. You can choose to do that, or you can choose to face the truth. And leader choose to face the truth. He did what he had to do, leaving his comfort zone. And that is why we tell people, nobody commands our loyalty. If you come and say, oh, go and jump inside where? We jump inside where? Go and hug transformer. We will remind him there is no NEPA in Nigeria, no electricity in Nigeria. So he should understand that he cannot kill us. That is the only time we will complain. Nobody commands our loyalty, because it takes two sons of fathers, sons of the fathers, to save our land. I'll be back in a minute.
The history of a people, I repeat, is like the stream of life from which the character, form, and structure of the identity, their backwardness and progress are drawn. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth. For the rest of my life, be a loyal and dedicated servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We will serve you. We will not let you down. We are not going to retreat 1 inch. We will not surrender. Biafra will come.
Respect. This is Amotanka, aka Organizo.
I like your black man.
When you say when you say I get you caso. Every home I dream, when they say I lasso, I can't hide you in a book. About the time, you know what's the lie? Making go ask a lie. If you can see a lie, like what class that I am, you go man. I feel we know the lie. Yeah, no be lie. It's not passing one that's getting trust. Oh, no, see, carry and say, Organizo, no be lie. Respect, no lie, no lie. They come them, no lie to me no like them. Them in my enemies, so me not defend. Them no lie to me not like them. Them in my enemies, so me not defend. Them no lie to me not like them. Them in my enemies, so me not defend. Them no lie to me not like them. Them in my enemies, so me not defend. Oh no, me not like them. Me not need them. Me not want them. Ipob, chase them away. Chase them away. Oh no, chase them away. Chase them away. What about Johnny Bay? Chase them away. Chase them away. Nnamdi Kanu, chase them away. Chase them away. Now them be the Fulani herdsmen, now them be the terrorists, now them be the killer, now them be the rapist.
That's 10% mentality.
Like them. See them before them say you. Look them before them look. Oh yeah, chase them before them chase you. Look them before them look. Oh yeah, kill them before they kill you. Fight them before they fight you. Them no like them, me no like them. Them be my enemies, so me not to defend. Them no like them, me not like them. Them be my enemies, so me not to defend. Them no like them, me not like them. Them be my enemies, so me not to defend. Me not defend. Them be my enemies, so me not defend. Me not defend. About profit, fight for your freedom. Fight for your freedom. I'll fight for your freedom. Fight for your freedom. Ain't no profit, fight for your freedom. Never any problem, fight for your freedom. I'm not bad, fight for your freedom. Keep just fight for your freedom. I'm Bazonia, fight for your freedom. Fight for your freedom. Everybody fight for your freedom. Fight them before they fight you. Kill them before they kill you.
On a righty, I side for the whole black, them I call it whitey. Now they put a one, now they call it Guaprahagua. They must see a blacky, them I call it whitey. I am on a look at my master man righty. Oh, the Jamaica mirror present. That 10% of bribe have become their own. Oh, that's a man like this, all that we see. very sim in a governmentary. Oh, Rasta never like a this kind of thing. Envelope, Referendum, corruption, freedom, Rasta man sign, boom, chaka play, Rasta man I live a cafe. None of them Babylon can even conference. They want people stepping on me shoe. That's what they give me some at road. Rasta man, then they know say me a Rasta road. Rasta man I live a calo road. When I be a gun but me I never need that bullshit. Can't stop them brain Rasta me I live a car. Remember when they sick in a me so that freedom. You say now they can't tell them what I do. You tell me for tell them what I done there. Oh Judge Onyebe, Rasta man I read it. If I them a video I not think him a kejile. Because he live we can face up tomorrow. Dump on the strip and the pump cruise. Only for them man no say now they come back again. Now they can move up now they sit a what I done there. None of them Babylon even can contest. No serpenters step feet and trespass. Rasta man and keep black and me tell them a there. Jamaica me Rasta man a representing. Come back a your classical musical theater. Them no like me and me no like them. Them are the enemies and me know them friend. Them no like me and me no like them. No harassment if we really contest. Inna the ruga inna the place much inna Encato men of the governmental side. Government them a bring much intimidation. Jaja thing Rasta man done them. See them coming up, see them coming up, see them coming with the arrow. See them throwing bullets. I'm gonna make a hit now. This is my gun time. Freedom, freedom time. Master tell them I say, oh yeah man, set them free. Oh Jaja set them free. Set them from this kind of atrocity. Ipob, Rasta man I tell you what's happened. Look at this place, Rasta man need prayer. Made a referendum fan the place. But them man no say Jaja nation. But them man hear me, I'm an stand attention. Most man I tell them I want to stand attention. But them man say this a new revolution. Respect life, new revolution. God bless. We don't need their 10-10. Fire burn their 10-10 mentality. Real. We need a new nation. So fuck bribery and corruption. 10-10 and envelope. Respect to Ogun Miri. Red Lion. Ipob. One family. One family. Ipob. Respect to our leader, Ohamadike, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Respect.
Still much of our time, I will call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp. Can you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, my name is Mazi Ifeanyi. I want to ask, you said anybody that have not joined the Ipob, you have been following everything that they are doing, but have not really joined the group. So I really want to join one of the chapters. Right now I'm in a manager, but I normally go to Calabar where I don't know even the group here now, but I can't don't know the group leader. Hello, Marvin.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. From what you just said, I know you have written to me over and over that you want to join the family. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, don't worry. Your details have been forwarded to the coordinator in charge of your region, and I know soon as they will contact you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Thank you.
I can see my people, see my baby, my answer. I can see my people, believers. I also see my people.
Yes, sir, without wasting much of our time, we will be going to our studio for Urubu and Isekiri. Reporter from Urubu Isekiri studio, can you hear me? Reporter from Urubu Isekiri studio, can you hear me? Reporter reporter from Urubu Shekiri Studio. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening,
I'm responding.
Good evening, ma, from here.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, ma. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Oh. Fellow lovers of freedom, IPOB members, our lovely, respectable deputy leader, Mazi Uchemefo, our honorable leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, members of those that are in support, sympathetic to this struggle to restore Biafra. I greet all of you, and Mazi Onyibe, I greet you. And Madam Josephine Anirejurishe Erewa, speaking to you this afternoon, and I'm glad I have this opportunity to talk to you. Today, I really want to address Rose of Ben TV and Pedro Obaseki. I want to address these two people. First and foremost, I want Rose to know that I'm not sure if she's aware that for me, I didn't know she's Urobo. She did not introduce herself to let people know exactly that she's from the coastal region of Biafra or Delta. She did not. So I thought she's one of these Yoruba media person. I know she's Nigerian, but I didn't think she's Urobo. Until when she asked leader a question, and that question, when leader answered it, leader said, because Nigeria have no meaning. And the leader said that she is Urobo. And that's when I knew that she is Urobo. That's her identity. And leader said that she is a journalist. And when they asked her, what is the meaning of Nigeria, she does not even know. And she calls herself a journalist. And I said to myself, wow. So, Rose, well, I'm on Robo. I don't even know whether you they speak Robo, because now Robo person IOP. That was the thing that came to my mind when leader answered that question, that she's to Robo. So, and she's in London there. And I became more curious to some of these questions that she was asking, which I like to address here. So next time, make sure they think before she they go, they ask some question. One, she said, what is this phenomenon about Mazi that they are calling leader? Mazi, what is all this growing phenomenon? And I said to myself, my goodness, Mazi, every place, every part in this world have a way they address their male, and they have a way they address their female. Igbo, they say Mazi, or anyone that, that speaks Igbo language, they refer to their male as Mazi. Inu Robo, Rose, now Robo, now you be. Or Shale, now be Mazi. That is how they identify men Oshale, if Ishakiri, Dema, that's what Mazi means. Even in Edo, Okpiana, na be Mazi. So how can you bring a question like that? Say, what is this growing phenomenon? Because you be like saying now you they speak, because you could sound like a Londonian when you they talk. You know what I mean? All those Londonian style of talking. So you not say Mazi mean Mr. in English, or Shale in Urobo, Edama in Ishakiri, or Piana in Edo, and you call yourself a journalist. And then we'll continue, because this program today, now me and Rose and Patrick, now we go talk. Then she came to another one that spinned my head. She talked about Jack, the dog. She said when people were offended, say our honorable leader acknowledged the killing of his dog Jack in that python dance. And I said to myself, my goodness, this woman needed for London, because if she's in London, she should have known there is animal rights, what is called animal rights. Why she's in London, let her go to Buckingham Palace and make it go kill dog there. Make those British, those idiots that went to our leader because they wanted to kill him, and they killed innocent dog that had nothing to do. I was heartbroken when I heard that those idiots, those military people went in there and they killed that dog in cold blood. If they had done that, we did go to Buckingham Palace and go and kill a dog there and get away? No. So, Rose, let me tell you, Jack is a hero. That dog died for this struggle, and that dog will be in Biafra. That Jack is a hero, and he in the history of Biafra, Jack was murdered in cold blood, and you call yourself say you there for London. What kind of London are you there? You know there is animal rights. If somebody even asks you if somebody told you to come and ask that question, for the fact that you are in London there, you should have told that person, say there is what you call animal rights. I am surprised that you will come and ask that question. What about the 29 people or 28, 29 people that were murdered? Those don't matter to you. Now, acknowledgement of dog. The dog is a creature of God. That dog breathes. That dog can reproduce like any human being. That dog is a creature created by God, by reproduction system. So don't you dare say that people were offended. Those people who were offended, they are worse. They are not even, I think they don't have human feelings in them. So that is that. So we'll continue. Then Rose talked about Ekweremadu. She said, Ekweremadu is a gentleman. And I said to myself, a gentleman? Ekweremadu is a gentleman, Rose. Oh, someone know you are an unfavorable woman. You are a journalist. Ekweremadu is a gentleman. Did you listen to the broadcast? When they give money, Jonathan, you did not even say anything about Jonathan. That even now people appreciate him. They are saying now about him. You did not, and you call yourself a Deltan. You call yourself an Urobo. You talk, you say Ekweremadu is a gentleman. A man when former president of Nigeria, Jonathan, gave him money to do the highway of Enugu